Community,
diversity,
innovation,
choice. It's all here in your neighborhood.
and we're excited to show you around on School Zone Dallas.
Your inside look at the top schools and opportunities at Dallas ISD. Thanks for tuning in to School Zone Dallas, your up-close look at the choices and opportunities in Dallas ISD. I'm Sama, and I'm here with Alan and Ditori.
We're coming to you from the newly renovated Bryan Adams campus. Today's episode is all about good people. Dallas ISD is, of course, a cutting-edge, innovative district that is changing the game for students all over the city. But it's the people, the principals, the teachers, the coaches, the counselors who are stepping it up and making it happen every single day. That's right. We're taking a closer look at just a few of the amazing Dallas ISD leaders who are going out of their way to inspire students and provide the support they need to succeed.
I mean, where would we be without these local school heroes who are there for us every day, every step of the way?
Check this out.
The impact of being a campus principal is that you get to design the student experience academically, socially, on every single student. We do a lot of field trips because it's about access, it's about opportunities, it's about exposure. Kids don't know what is out there. Middle schoolers in particular, they need to feel a sense of connection and belonging at school. They're going through so much, like developmentally.
When students are going on a field trip, it's an opportunity to build a lot of background knowledge and access. So for example, if students are learning about ecosystems, forests, decomposers, watersheds, but they've never seen it, then it's hard for them to access the content. We like to say that our program, which we call Matadors Outdoors, builds confidence and community through camping. Dr. Duke really had that vision. I had this passion for camping, and she was able to say, like, what can you do with this? What can it become? Camping has been said to be the #1 bonding experience. First of all, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're having to work with people. You're learning how to set up base camp, how to do meals, do different first-time skills. That's building some community because you're working around with a common experience and challenge. And then it's also building confidence as they see, oh, I can try new things and I can master it. That then translates back into the classroom.
I like having fun, and joy is a huge part of my personal values, and I try to infuse that in the campus, and the camping opportunity presented itself. I volunteered to participate and to drive the bus. The Dallas ISD Transportation Department really supported me in getting my bus license.
When I first did it, I was limited by how many students I could drive. I could only take 6 kids.
And now with me driving the bus, we can take 40 people. We can take families that maybe wouldn't want to drive 3 hours to go camping.
None of the parents who came with us had ever been camping before. And it just really shows you like how much more communal a school can be with this incredible bonding experience that cuts across generations. So we're really trying to change and create traditions for families who normally would have never, ever thought to go camping.
We learned about going on a camping trip last year, and at first I was a little hesitant. It wasn't something I'm very comfortable with sending them off. They both absolutely loved it, and so then they did it again, and they went again. So this year, when it came up again, it was absolutely the easiest decision.
My experience in the camping trip was like fun, and at the same time it was like really like new. They helped me build a fire, set up my tent, and learn how to kayak. It was easier to fall asleep outside. It's like so calm outside, like there's no worries. It takes your worries away.
My experience on the trip was awesome because we went hiking with Dr. Duke and we found fossils.
You okay, Palmer?
Dr. Duke, she's like brings out the joy in the people.
And the group that went camping was just like from all over. They're all in different stuff. They all speak different languages. They all look different and are interested in different things. But camping, it brought them all together around a campfire, singing songs, laughing, telling stories. Now they're all friends and they say hi to each other in the hallway, and now they're a group where you wouldn't have necessarily like put them all together, but the trip brought them together. The kids came back just having such a great experience, and then we've done it every semester since.
Even though the outdoors is for everyone, sometimes our students don't see people that look like them in advertisement or reflected in national brands. But once students have that first-time experience, they want to go again, and then they want to start bringing their families and their friends. And then over time, we're going to see our outdoor system here in Texas diversified.
I think as a parent, knowing that my child could go camping and engaging in something different besides their computer is just the unplugging and the connecting with nature and learning something new.
So we know that successful schools, they have really strong instruction, but they also have really strong staff and student culture. And the staff and student culture here is the strongest that I've seen. I think it really starts with intentionality and vision of the leader. The fact that this program is successful is entirely because Dr. Duke is the leader of this school. She wants every staff and student to be known, seen, and heard.
We've secured a partnership through Texas Parks and Wildlife, and we have obtained a $20,000+ grant in order to keep this going.
With the grant, we're going to get a trailer's worth full of gear. We have over 700 students. The possibilities are endless.
We've taken staff members and families and kids camping for the first time. They come back and they are always like, when's the next trip? The camping experience brought exactly what I want for the whole school. Kids connecting, building friendships. They want to be engaged at school now more because of the experience they had.
Now there is a principal who will do whatever it takes to make sure her students have access to the opportunities they need to succeed.
Yes, our local school leaders really go the extra mile when it comes to making sure students have access to the very best.
Since we're talking about field trips, let's hear a quick word from the Environmental Education Center.
You mean Dallas ISD's state-of-the-art nature lab that's bringing nature to students all over the city?
The one and only. Take a look.
Dallas ISD is bringing the great outdoors close to home for students across the city, thanks to the STEM Environmental Education Center. This one-of-a-kind 500-acre interactive learning center has it all, from nature trails and live animals to an observatory and planetarium for stargazing, and so much more. The Environmental Education Center also has a working barn with livestock and a vegetable, herb, and flower garden for students who have a passion for food science and agriculture. The center's instructional programs give students the opportunity to explore the grasslands, prairies, and forests, where nature can be seen and felt firsthand, while experienced STEM teachers and naturalists help conduct field investigations and guide students through scientific phenomena. Located in Segoville, this amazing opportunity is open to all students through their local neighborhood schools. It's all just a short bus ride away. Visit dallasisd.org/EEC for more information on how Dallas ISD supports students who have a passion for science and nature.
Now, we all know there's a lot going on in the world, and sometimes it can feel like a little too much for one person to take on. But just remember that you are not alone. Dallas ISD is here to support you, no matter what you are going through. From teachers to mental health professionals, there's always someone around to listen and help students get where they need to go. Now, if you don't know much about Dallas ISD's mental health services, buckle up, because we're going to see how these mental health professionals are making a difference at schools across the district, one student at a time. And for students who might be struggling, we want you to know that it's okay to ask for help. Up next, you'll see how easy it is to talk to your counselor and get the support and guidance you need.
In this post-COVID era, our students, they're dealing with so much, socially, emotionally, behaviorally, academically. If a student is not functioning emotionally, socially, or behaviorally well, optimally, it's gonna impact their academic functioning.
Mental health is extremely important to students, especially because you can't learn if your mind is not at the right headspace that it needs to be. You can't function properly or be your best self whenever there's something mentally going on in your brain.
Mental health services is a pretty large department in Dallas ISD, and we provide psychotherapeutic services for all of our students. We have licensed psychologists, we have licensed professional counselors, licensed social workers, licensed marriage and family therapists are all working together on the daily to ensure that students' mental and physical health needs are met.
It's about identifying differences, and particularly as a school-based mental health clinician, identifying what the struggles are that are interfering with their functioning in the classroom or on the campus.
When they need care, they're able to get that care, whether they have the financials to do that or not. We turn no student away. Every student can access mental health services in Dallas ISD.
This is an opportunity or a resource to get support and help to try to help them be successful in those areas.
I am proud to say that Dallas ISD has been a trailblazer in school-based mental health for at least 30 years. Because of that foresight, we've been able to grow our department astronomically. Right now, we have about 146 clinicians in our department, and that is just well beyond what most districts are able to do. So the school counselors are at the campus and they're there every day. So they see the students that are in need, and when they feel like there's a student that needs more therapeutic services, they can refer to our school-based clinician that is assigned to that campus.
Youth and family centers are another resource for our students and their families, where the student can, along with the family, go and get their needs met, be it emotional, if there's need for family counseling, or any kind of medication for the student, they can go there. So it's just another option that is connected to the school, that is not somewhere out there, which makes that be a barrier if they have to go somewhere else.
We just opened our 13th Youth and Family Center. The Youth and Family Centers are strategically located at a high school campus, and those services can be easily accessed from any of the feeder schools in that area. Parents can just walk in and say, hey, I need help, I need support, and as long as they're a district student and family, then we take them in and we work to provide whatever level of care they need.
Mrs. Johnson's my counselor. It's helped me a lot. Like when I first started seeing her, I had like really bad anxiety, and she gives advice, and yeah, it's helped me so much. It feels very, very good to not have to struggle with that anymore, and to know that if it comes back, I have somebody to talk to. Is really satisfying. Like I couldn't thank her anymore, more.
Having these clinicians and services available to our students really helps to remove those barriers. It keeps kids in class. Kids miss class because they're struggling. And so when we have a licensed clinician that's able to work with the students, help them work through depression, anxiety, whatever mental health challenges that they're facing, then we know that we're able to get them back in class and learning. And that's our goal, is to get kids learning, achieving, so that they can graduate college career and life ready.
I used to be really opposed to therapists and having someone to talk to. I think that whenever you think of a therapist, you think, oh, I have to tell all my deepest, darkest secrets and they're just gonna bash me for it. Just having someone to talk to and hear what you have to say, and then on top of that, then validate how you're feeling, is really something so special, and so you just can be comfortable and be yourself and figure out what do I need to do to keep growing as a person.
Self-knowledge is important because you know yourself more than anybody else. Having someone would just amplify what you already know about yourself and help you more.
I love students, I love teenagers, I love the developmental period that they're in where they're questioning but still trying to figure, they're on that journey to figure out, okay, who I am, who am I trying to be? So if the services that I can provide can give them another perspective or a skill that can help them be the best version of themselves, that's very rewarding to me. I'm excited about the future of mental health services because, again, with Dallas ISD, they're not just talking about it, they're actually doing it. They're putting the resources into making sure that the students' mental health needs are met.
It's always good to know that someone is there for you if you need them. Someone who can help the next generation make sense of the world, their place in it, and where they want to go next.
Speaking of the next generation, Dallas ISD is building big with the future in mind. New schools are being built and existing facilities are being improved all over the district.
It's really something to see. Community and district working together to ensure the best possible learning environments for students citywide. Check this out to see for yourself.
New schools, redesigned spaces, upgraded and remodeled campuses. Dallas ISD is making good on its promise to make high-quality learning environments available to students now and for generations to come. Using voter-approved bond money to enhance, improve, and upgrade more than 220 campuses, Dallas ISD is changing the landscape of education in the city, offering state-of-the-art facilities to support innovative teaching and learning. Not only is Dallas ISD the economic mobility engine for nearly 140,000 students, but through bond projects district-wide, nearly 45,000 jobs are created. Dallas ISD is building bigger, better, and a brighter future for our kids and our city. To learn more about how our progress is transforming your neighborhood, visit dallasisd.org/bond.
Now, I don't know about you, but for me, math can be hard. Ever since elementary school, it feels like I have to work twice as hard just to get ahead. Well, you're not alone. It is a tough subject any way you cut it. And that's why it's so important to have support for math early on in elementary school. Well, up next, we're going to meet a teacher at Stevens Park Elementary who is changing the game for her students and helping them find a new love for math with, wait for it, music. Well, I like the sound of that.
So fluency in third grade is like key. It's super important that students are fluent in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So I've actually encountered a lot of students who come in saying math is difficult for me, math is really hard, it's tough. And that's when I have to play the role as a teacher to find a way that works for them. This is the second year that I've incorporated music into my classroom. The skip counting songs that we do regularly, almost every day, have really shown that they're capable to multiply and to divide in a fluent manner. Whenever I started incorporating music into math, I definitely took my students' interest into account, and that's how I kind of thought about getting creative with our concepts that we learn in third grade to create music from those concepts, those really difficult, rigorous concepts that they usually struggle with. So we have an area and perimeter song. We have the division rap, and that's off of like a Snoop Dogg remix. So I think the importance of teaching math, elementary math in particular, is to develop that number sense in them and that conceptual learning that I can provide for them in my classroom, whether that be through pictorial models, whether that be through abstract models. I feel like math is a way to be creative, and I teach my students that they can be creative in the way they solve problems. So I think it's awesome to experience that in my classroom. I just try to find ways to be creative.
Music helps us by multiplication because it has multiplication in it while you're skip counting by it.
When we moved into Miss Jackson's room, I started to understand more math because of all the charts she had and how energetic she was. She made up songs and tried to make math fun for us, and that really did help me understand more.
So when I was decorating my classroom, I honestly thought about what the kids would like, what they would like to walk into. They feel happy, they feel loved, they feel it's like a colorful space, it's a comfortable space for them to come in and learn and just be themselves. As you can see, there's a lot of color going on, lots of smiley faces, and I feel like that really reflects their personalities now. And now that they come into my class, they feel that good energy and those positive vibes just from like the decorations and the colors that I chose in my classroom. My students come in every day, they're so excited to learn, they're engaged throughout lessons, they're singing the songs while they're completing independent work. They're so confident in their work, and I see that their growth has just been amazing in my class. So I feel like the music has helped them achieve better and greater things in my class.
I never really liked math before, but whenever I met Miss Jackson, I love math because she makes it very fun. I realized that math could be really fun if you just have the right teacher.
I always relate it back to real life situations. Like today, we're learning about fractions, equivalent fractions, and I pulled up 2 photos of pizzas and I said, hey, if I cut one pizza in half and cut the other one into 8s, who's gonna get a bigger part? The halves or the 8s? So I'm always just bringing real life experiences.
She's just having all that colorful, bright stuff in her mind. She makes everything so fun. I want to maybe become a math teacher. It's really fun and like awesome. I just want to be there for 4th grade.
The reason why I chose to be a teacher was because I always knew that I wanted to help students learn and grow and be something in life. I always felt that passion to help students, to nurture them, to show them that education is important and to instill that love for learning in them. The reason why I thought that I would fit best in an elementary campus is because I feel like I have that high energy and that passion for the littles. The one thing that really holds me into this profession and helps my passion for teaching grow is the love that my students have for our learning and for me. They're the reason why I'm so passionate.
Now those students look like they're having a great time. It just goes to show you that anything can be fun. It just depends on how you look at it.
It is so great to see a teacher who is helping her students to see and feel her passion for math.
Well, our teachers are everything. They're the ones who are opening up new doors and giving students new experiences that expand their perspectives.
Now let's hear how soccer is opening up the world to student athletics and how Dallas ISD is helping them get there.
High school soccer provides an opportunity for students who are not able to afford the select soccer or academy soccer that is out there beyond their socioeconomic grasp. So the select teams and the soccer teams, the big difference will be the amount of money that goes into each. The select teams tend to be a for-profit organization. The soccer team that we're trying to put together is more of open for anyone regardless of socioeconomic status. And we just want everyone to have an opportunity to participate regardless of whether or not they can afford to pay monthly dues and other fees.
We have great soccer kids in Dallas ISD. We have a lot of talent. We do have 22 high schools, and of course, everybody has a soccer team. We know we do have JV, JV2, and then varsity. The select team that we're creating is the best of the best. So it's the best kids from each different campus. Starting this team, it is one of my dreams. We're trying to start a legacy within our district, and it will consist of the 22 high schools.
Well, this is going to be our first season, first year trying to do this program, and we envision taking a group of kids with various sports, not just soccer, to have international experiences. By this, I mean volleyball, basketball, soccer, going abroad, whether South America, Europe, Asia, and having the opportunity to experience different cultures and different ways of life throughout the world.
We want to educate them, and we want them to also get exposure to other international play, because it's not the same. I selected Argentina since the men's won the last World Cup. You know, I could have a soccer trip of a lifetime.
This opportunity has been presented to us to give these kids an opportunity to just open their eyes to more diverse, open world experiences.
I do have two teams, a girls' team and a boys' team, and it's going to be the same experience for both of them. So we're going to be touring Argentina, and then the kids are going to play 3 games in Argentina. They're also going to have a community service day.
We want them to have a more daring and brave attitude. A lot of times people spend lifetimes living in the same neighborhood and never have the opportunity to even go beyond their city or state. And this is a great opportunity for them to see the world beyond their neighborhood.
We both went to Argentina. We had slightly different experiences. I traveled around playing different tournaments, and some games I performed very well, some games I performed terribly. There's nothing that we do coaching on a daily basis that we don't go back to training sessions that we had in Argentina. I came back a better player and overall a better person.
Leadership comes with practice. It just doesn't happen. Sometimes we learn from our own particular mistakes all the time, and I think that's probably the most important part about being a leader, is keeping yourself accountable, realizing whenever there's something that you do wrong, because then you can always lead by example.
I'm excited to go to Argentina. It's like a mini recognition for like all the effort I've put into the sport and everything, and it's really exciting, and I just know words to explain how I feel to go to such a beautiful country where soccer is felt in such a passionate way over there.
Me and my team have a really good bond with each other. We call it a sisterhood. Well, my coaches, I have a very wonderful coach. She supports me through everything I do. She encourages me on and off the field.
We're there for the kids. We are their second parent. We're there to teach them right and wrong, to always make sure that they follow their dream.
I'm very grateful, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to go out of the country and play against these other talented players.
Soccer is called the world's sport, the beautiful game, because it is able to bring everyone together regardless of background, cultural. High school soccer, again, is a level playing field for everyone to participate.
Believe me, I mean, I've been in the district 18 years, and when I started coaching here, there was just a little bit of teams. You know, some teams were only varsity, some had 2 teams, but now in this role, I mean, we have 32 middle schools, and every middle school, of course, has 2 teams. I could tell you personally, since I'm over soccer, it's been growing tremendously, and our kids love soccer. I mean, they really do.
It gives them pride in their neighborhood and gives them the opportunities to grow as individuals with responsibilities from maintaining their grades, their GPA, and really just representing their families with respect and their teammates with respect, and just sharing that love and joy for the game.
Since I became the assistant athletic director, I just want to make sure that our kids get noticed and just making their own mark. I'm very proud of the kids. You'll see a lot of talent. When you watch them play, you'll see a lot of talent with them.
We're gonna make sure that Dallas and the ISD is put in a great way for not just for the state, but for like the rest of the world. We're literally traveling to Argentina, so that they won't be let down by us while we're over there.
Well, that's our show. Dallas ISD is full of incredible leaders who are making a difference in students' lives all day, every day. Visit dallasisd.org/yourneighborhood to explore the choices and opportunities available in Dallas ISD. Thanks for joining us for this episode of School Zone Dallas.